Alright, so welcome to my tutorial of if I was getting married today makeup. So as you guys can see, I have some breakouts, which I hope and pray I do not have on my wedding day. So the first thing that I'm going to do is color correct with a green and a pink concealer, and I'll just do those both on top of them, with the green going first and then the pink going second. Alright, and that just covered them up just a little bit. And then the next thing that I would do is I would use my L'Oreal foundation, which is what I'll be using today. But if I was actually getting married, I probably would be using a higher end foundation just because it would last longer, and like with the dancing and like all the stuff going on, I probably want to use a higher end foundation. But for today, and because I'm doing absolutely none of that, I'll be using my L'Oreal foundation. Alright, and after I do my foundation, then I will go in with the same line of the concealer with the L'Oreal. Like I said, I would also, on my wedding day, probably use a more high-end concealer, which I would probably use the Tarte one, but for today I'm going to be using the L'Oreal. Marriage material, am I right? Alright, and then the next thing I would do is go in with some cream contour before I do my actual contour, just so that I have snatched cheekbones and a snatched nose on my wedding day. Alright, and then after my cream contour, I'm gonna go in with some baking powder, and not actual baking powder, haha, some setting powder, and then bake my face under my eyes and like a little bit on my forehead, and then I'll contour my cheekbones and my temples and my nose, definitely the nose. And for bronzer today, I'm going to be using the Hoola bronzer, and I will definitely be using this on my wedding day. This is my holy grail bronzer. I sound like a gremlin. I'll be using this bronzer. If the men find out we can shapeshift, they're going to tell the church. That's honestly so true though, because like, girl, I ain't look like this when I first started. My nose was not that skinny, but now it is. You know what I'm saying? This is why I'm not married. Anyways, okay, and for blush today, I'm going to be using an Ofra blush, and I've used Ofra blushes before, and I've really liked them. I've never used this specific one, so we'll see how this goes. Oh, I can just feel the bridal glow, can't you? Who is she, a bride? Alright, and the next thing that I would do is my eyebrows, and I use the L'Oreal Brow Stylist pencils, and I use the bigger one for the beginning of my brow and then the smaller one on the tail, and I'd probably use both of these on my wedding day as well. Alright, the next thing that I'll be doing is my eyeshadow, and when I think of like bridal or like formal makeup, I think of like neutral tones, like browns, like a soft glam, and to create that I will be using the James Charles palette and the Naked Smoky palette. Disregard the paint that is on my palette from every other makeup look I do. Alright, I'm gonna start off with a warm brown shade, and I'm just gonna start that at the edge of my eye and buff that into the crease, just to make a little transition for more brown colors. So that's what we're doing first. Then taking a darker brown, I'm just gonna focus that right on and in the crease and blend that seamlessly out. Not seamlessly out with this brush, obviously, but just to start to make just a little bit more definition. Alright, and then I'm just gonna take one more brown shade and put that in the exact same spot, because I don't want it to be too dark, because I'm also gonna add lashes. But I normally do like crazy lashes, but for my wedding I think I'm gonna do just a soft lash. So I'm gonna finish blending this out, and then I will be right back. Alright, and then with a little angled brush, I'm gonna do the same colors on my lower lash line and buff them out so it's not so harsh. Alright, and then lastly for the eyeshadow, I'm going to take a couple shimmer shades, not really glitter, but like shimmer, and just put that and pack that on the lid right there. Okay, and after I finish with all my eyeshadow, I'm going to curl my eyelashes, put a little bit of the Essence Lash Princess mascara on my eyes, and then I'm going to use the Eylure lashes and blend all that together. Alright, now that my lashes are on, and I think that absolutely completes the eyes, I'm going to highlight all the high points of my face, and then I will do lipstick last. All right, and then the last thing that I'll do is put a little bit of neutral pinkish lipstick on, and then I'll be right back with the final look. All right, and if I were getting married today, this is how I would want to look, and I promise you I have a shirt on. I just wanted to see what it would look like if I had like a strapless dress. But this is the final look, and let me know if you guys want to see more things like this, because this is a lot of fun for me to do, just because it challenges my creativity, and I really had fun doing this, and it's fun to see like what one day could be like. So if you liked this, please swipe up and let me know, and you can always DM me ideas.